Islam, 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 peace, peace, greetings to you all. Sheikh Way L, a.k.a. Lord Abba, a.k.a. Mr. Just the Facts. So we see the brother Star, the radio show personality, has jumped into the fray. Not knowing that he jumped into the fire with this one pertaining to the Moors. The brother that called into your show, shout out to that brother. But obviously he's not very well versed on Moorish history. Us who are members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the studious amongst us, we are very well versed on Moorish history. First and foremost, the information that you cited about the Moors in the Congo killing our people, being race traders, is nothing but the mere parroting of the information that you got from those pseudo scholars from 125th Street, the Sarasutin Seti crew, or the Sarnetta crew as I call them. It's just a bunch of clowns in a circus to me. Some guys are not scholars at all. They are repeaters of Christian polemics against Islam. If you're really versed as you say you are, you'll know what a polemic is. Now, the men that we see with the fezzes on are Askari mercenaries, much like your Egyptian magi back in the times of the Egyptian Empire. These mercenaries would work for whoever paid them the most amount of money. In this case, it was the Britons. It was Leopold. And when he was ceded the Congo Basin, he hired these Askari mercenaries. These men never knew themselves as Moors. Never knew themselves as Moors. The reason why they have the fez on is not because this headdress was passed down to them by their ancestry. No. They have the fez on because the British gave it to them as a part of the war uniform to separate themselves as an army under King Leopold and the Brits, as opposed to the locals whom they were fighting against. Get your facts straight, beloved. So in this, I offer two challenges. And I'm a man of modest means. I'm a working man, and I run a little temple out here in my part of Georgia. I have no big money by any stretches of the imagination. I'm not one of the conscious pimps that you see that come from out of 125th Street. Not at all. But I'll make two challenges to you with the wager of $500 apiece. The first wager is show and prove that these men that committed the atrocities for Leopold II identified themselves as Moors. Show and prove that the reason why they wear that fez is because they knew themselves as Moors and this headdress was passed down to them. If you can prove that, I'll give you $500 out of a working man's check. The second challenge is to prove that we're black people. Now, you called that brother on the phone. You said he was a black man. And because he was born in Florida, or I guess the United States of America, that he was nothing more than a black man. So that means that you can prove without a shadow of a doubt that my brown skin is indeed black. My brown skin is black. Black is a socio-political construct. No man on planet Earth is black. So that's the second leg of this challenge. Simply show and prove that myself or anybody on planet Earth, or no, matter of fact, let's narrow it down, that anybody in America has black skin, because in order to call them black, which is an adjective, you should be able to show and prove that very easily. And if you can't do it because you're nothing more than a radio personality who opines, you don't spit facts. You're not a historian. You hear things and you have to use words like allegedly, etc., etc. You didn't do so in this case because you ran with misinformation from some video from a pseudo scholar that comes from out of the 125th Street camp. So being that you're not a person that is a scholar or a historian, etc., you can even bring on some historians. Bring these people on your show and simply get them to show and prove for you. You have 7 days to do so. If not, then you must first and foremost issue an apology, admit that you lost and you spit a bunch of misinformation, and I'll give you the routing number to our Moorish Science Temple of America's bank account so that you could wire the $1,000 that you're going to have to kick up if you accept this challenge. Matter of fact, I'll give you 2 weeks because it's going to be hard for you to do it in a week. I'll give you 2 weeks to show and prove. And let me reiterate, one, that the people who were in the Congo working as an army under Leopold, that they identified themselves as Moors, number one. Number two is you have to show and prove that we're black people. How? How do you show and prove my skin color by using a socio-political construct? You can't, beloved. So this is the challenge to you. And if you want to have a direct conversation, well, I mean, let's go. Let's get it. We can do it on my platform or your platform. Either way, you're going to lose this. Or even better, call one of your 125th Street cronies. I'll clean them up either way. You are dealing with the cream of the crop of the Moorish bunch here. And there's a handful of us who will take anybody who spits that misinformation that you spit on your radio show to task, beloved. So that is the challenge, Star. And with that, I say peace.